Welcome back to Leo English Podcast. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here with us today.
I'm Leo. Hi there. Welcome to another Real English Conversation.
And I'm Tina. We're here to help you improve your English through natural conversations. Our mission is simple. We want to make learning English fun, easy, and practical for everyday life.
Today, we have a really important topic. We're going to talk about phone conversations in English. We'll teach you 100 essential phrases you can use when you talk on the phone.
This is so useful because many people feel nervous about phone calls in English. You can't see the person's face, you can't use hand gestures, you only have your voice and your words.
Exactly. And phone English is different from face-to-face English. There are special phrases and expressions that native speakers use all the time.
So whether you need to make business calls, talk to friends, make appointments, or handle emergencies, this lesson will help you feel more confident.
If you find this lesson helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us continue making these videos for you.
All right, are you ready, Leo?
I'm ready. Let's get started.
So, Leo, how are you today?
I'm actually a bit tired today. I stayed up late last night watching a movie, but I'm excited for this lesson. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm always energetic on recording days. So, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, this is funny. I went to a restaurant with my family, and I had to call them to make a reservation, but I was so nervous. I kept saying and on the phone.
Really? Even in your native language?
No, in English. I was practicing. My sister laughed at me because I forgot to say my name at first. The restaurant person said, "May I have your name, please?" And I just went silent for 3 seconds.
Oh, no. That's exactly why today's lesson is so important. Phone conversations can make anyone nervous, even when practicing.
What about you? When was the last time you made an important phone call in English?
Actually, just 2 days ago, I called my doctor's office to schedule an appointment. The receptionist spoke very fast, and I had to ask her to repeat everything twice.
See, even we get nervous sometimes, and we teach English.
Exactly. Speaking of phone conversations, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We'll cover everything from answering the phone to ending the call politely.
And we'll make sure you know what to say in every situation. Let's dive in.
Okay, Leo, let's start with the basics. What's the first thing you say when you answer your phone?
Well, if it's a personal call, I usually just say, "Hello?" But I know that's very casual. What do you say?
If I don't know who's calling, I say, "Hello, this is Tina." I always identify myself right away. It's polite and professional.
Oh, that's good. What if you're at work? Do you answer differently?
Yes. At work, I answer more formally. I might say, "Good morning, this is Tina speaking," or "Tina Chen, how may I help you?" It depends on the workplace culture.
That sounds very professional. I always get confused about how to identify myself. Sometimes I say, "This is Leo," and sometimes Leo speaking. Which one is correct?
Both are correct. "This is Leo" and "Leo speaking" are both perfectly fine. You can also say "speaking" if someone asks for you by name. For example, if someone calls and says, "May I speak to Leo?" you can just say, "Speaking."
Oh, that's so simple. I didn't know that. What if I'm calling someone? How do I start the conversation?
Good question. When you make a call, you should identify yourself first. You can say, "Hello, this is Leo calling," or "Hi, this is Leo from Daily English Talk."
What if I'm calling a business, like a restaurant or a doctor's office?
Then you should be more specific. You can say, "Hello, I'd like to make a reservation," or "Hi, I'm calling to schedule an appointment." Always state your purpose clearly.
That makes sense, but what happens when someone else answers and the person I need isn't there? This happens to me all the time.
Oh, yes, this is very common. You need to know how to ask for someone. You can ask, "May I speak to Sarah, please?" Or "Is Dr. Johnson available?" Or even, "Could you put me through to the sales department?"
And what does "put me through" mean?
It means to connect you or transfer your call to someone else. It's a very common phone phrase. For example, a receptionist might say, "I'll put you through now," or "Please hold while I put you through."
Okay, so let me practice. If I call a company and need to talk to the manager, I say, "Hello, this is Leo. May I speak to the manager, please?"
Perfect. That's exactly right. Now, what if the person isn't available? The receptionist might say, I'm sorry, she's not available right now, or he's in a meeting at the moment.
Then what do I do? Just hang up?
No, no. You have several options. You can ask when they'll be available. You can say, when would be a good time to call back? Or you can leave a message. You can say, could I leave a message? Or may I leave a message, please?
Oh, leaving messages is another thing I'm bad at. I always forget important information.
Many people struggle with messages. A good message should include your name, your phone number, and the reason you're calling. For example, please tell him Leo called. My number is 555-0123. I'm calling about the meeting tomorrow.
Should I speak slowly when I leave my phone number?
Yes, always speak slowly and clearly when giving numbers, addresses, or spellings. You can even repeat it twice. My number is 555-0123. That's 555-0123.
That's helpful. What if I'm the one taking a message for someone else?
Then you say, would you like to leave a message? Or can I take a message? And make sure to write down their name, number, and what they need.
What are some polite ways to ask someone to wait? Sometimes I need to check something or find a document.
You can say, could you hold for a moment, please? Or please hold. Or can you give me one moment? In very casual situations with friends, you might say, hang on a second, or hold on.
And what does the other person say when they're waiting?
Usually they just say, sure, or no problem, or I'll hold. Sometimes there's music while you wait. We call that hold music or being on hold.
I hate hold music. Sometimes I wait for 10 minutes.
Me too. That's why it's polite to thank someone for waiting when you come back. You say, thank you for holding, or sorry to keep you waiting, or thanks for your patience.
What if I can't hear the other person clearly? The connection is bad or they're speaking too quietly.
This happens a lot on phone calls. You can say, I'm sorry, could you speak up, please? Or, the connection isn't very good. Could you repeat that? Or, I'm having trouble hearing you.
What does speak up mean?
It means to talk louder or more clearly. It's a very common phrase in phone conversations. You can also say, could you speak a bit louder? But speak up is shorter and very natural.
What if they're talking too fast and I don't understand?
Just be honest. Say, I'm sorry, could you speak more slowly? Or, could you repeat that, please? Or, I didn't catch that. Don't pretend you understand when you don't.
What does I didn't catch that mean?
It means I didn't hear that or I didn't understand that. It's a very natural way to ask someone to repeat something. Native speakers use it all the time.
That's useful. Okay, let's talk about ending phone calls. I never know how to say goodbye politely without being rude.
Ending calls can be tricky. You don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to talk forever. First, you should signal that the conversation is ending. You can say, well, I should let you go, or I won't keep you any longer, or I think that covers everything.
What if I'm the one who needs to end the call because I'm busy?
You can be polite but direct. Say, I'm sorry, but I have another call, or I have a meeting in 5 minutes, so I need to go, or I should get going. Always give a reason.
And then how do I actually say goodbye?
You have lots of options. For professional calls, you might say, thank you for calling, or thanks for your time, or have a great day. For personal calls, you can say, talk to you soon, or I'll call you later, or take care.
What if I want to confirm something before I hang up, like making sure we have the same information?
Good thinking. You can say, just to confirm, the meeting is at 3 p.m., correct? Or, let me make sure I have this right. Or, so to summarize, this is very professional.
What about when I need to call back later? How do I say that?
You can say, I'll call you back later, or can I call you back in an hour, or I'll give you a call tomorrow. And if someone says they'll call you back, you can say, okay, I'll wait for your call, or I'll be available all afternoon.
Now let's talk about specific situations. What if I'm calling to make an appointment?
Okay, for appointments, you start with, I'd like to make an appointment, or I'd like to schedule an appointment. Then they'll ask what date and time you prefer.
How do I say what time I want?
You can say, do you have anything available on Monday morning? Or what times do you have available next week? Or I'd prefer an afternoon appointment if possible.
What if I need to change or cancel an appointment?
For changing, say, I need to reschedule my appointment, or can I change my appointment to a different day? For canceling, say, I need to cancel my appointment for tomorrow, or I won't be able to make it on Friday.
What does make it mean in this context?
Make it means to attend or to arrive. For example, I can't make it to the meeting means I can't attend the meeting, or I won't be able to go to the meeting. It's very common in phone conversations.
Let's talk about calling a restaurant. I need to practice this.
Okay, when you call a restaurant for a reservation, you say, I'd like to make a reservation for Friday night. Or, do you have a table available for 4 people at 7 p.m.?
What information will they ask me for?
They'll usually ask what date, what time, how many people, and what name for the reservation. Sometimes they ask for your phone number too.
So I might say, I need a table for 2 people on Saturday at 6:30. The name is Leo.
Perfect. But remember to be flexible. They might say, I'm sorry, we're fully booked at 6:30. We have a table at 6 or 7. Then you need to choose.
What does fully booked mean?
It means they have no available tables. All the tables are reserved. You can also hear, we're all booked up, or we're completely full. It all means the same thing.
What if I'm calling a store to ask if they have a product?
You can say, do you carry, or do you have in stock? For example, do you carry Nike shoes in size 10? Or do you have the new iPhone in stock?
What does in stock mean?
In stock means available to buy right now. If something is out of stock, it means they don't have it. They might say, I'm sorry, that item is currently out of stock, or we should have more in stock next week.
What about calling for customer service, like when something is broken or I have a problem?
First, you explain the problem clearly. I'm calling because I have a problem with my order, or I bought this product yesterday and it's not working. Be specific about what's wrong.
What if I'm angry or frustrated?
It's important to stay polite even when you're upset. You can say, I'm not satisfied with, or this is unacceptable, or I'd like to speak to a manager, please. But always stay calm and respectful.
What if they put me on hold for a long time?
You can politely ask for progress. When they come back, you can say, I've been on hold for 20 minutes. Can someone help me? Or, is there someone available who can assist me?
What about emergency calls? What if I need to call for help?
In emergencies, speak clearly and stay calm. Say, I need help, or this is an emergency, right away. Then give your location. I'm at 123 Main Street, and explain what happened.
What's the emergency number?
It depends on the country. In the US, it's 911. In the UK, it's 999. In many European countries, it's 112. You should know the emergency number for your country.
What if I receive a call from someone I don't know?
You can ask, who's calling, please? Or, may I ask who's calling? If it sounds like a sales call or spam, you can politely say, I'm not interested, thank you, and hang up.
What about wrong numbers? Sometimes people call me by mistake.
If you answer and realize it's a wrong number, just say, I think you have the wrong number, or there's no one here by that name. If you dial a wrong number yourself, apologize. I'm sorry, I must have dialed the wrong number.
What does working from home mean in this context?
Working from home means doing your work from your residence, not in an office. It's become very common after the pandemic.
What if I call and say, I need to speak to Manager Jones, and they put him on the phone?
You would say, Good morning, Mr. Jones. This is Leo. I'm calling about... and explain the reason for your call.
What if I ask questions I'm not prepared for?
It's okay to say, that's a great question. May I call you back with that information? Or, I'd like to think about that. When would be a good time to follow up? Don't feel pressured to answer everything immediately.
Let's talk about voicemail. What if no one answers and I get their voicemail?
Leave a clear, brief message. State your name, phone number, reason for calling, and when you can reach you. For example, Hi, this is Leo calling for Sarah. My number is 555-0123. I'm calling about the project deadline. Please call me back when you get a chance. Thanks.
Should I leave a long, detailed message?
No, keep it short. About 20 to 30 seconds is perfect. Give them enough information to know why you're calling, but don't tell the whole story. They can ask questions when they call back.
What if I'm setting up a voicemail greeting for my own phone?
Keep it professional and simple. Hi, you've reached Leo. I can't take your call right now. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.
What about conference calls when there are multiple people on the same call?
Conference calls have special etiquette. Always say your name before speaking. Say, "This is Leo. I think we should." Also, mute yourself when you're not talking to avoid background noise.
What if I need to interrupt someone politely during a conference call?
Say, "Excuse me," or "Sorry to interrupt, but," or "If I may add something." It's more important to be polite in conference calls because people can't see your body language.
What if the call is breaking up, like the signal is cutting in and out?
Say, "I'm losing you," or "You're breaking up," or "I can only hear every other word." You might need to suggest calling back. "Let me call you back on a different line," or "Can we try this call again?"
What if I accidentally call someone and need to explain?
Just apologize quickly. "I'm so sorry, I called you by accident," or "Sorry, that was a pocket dial," or "My apologies, I didn't mean to call you." Most people understand.
What does pocket dial mean?
It means when your phone calls someone accidentally because it was in your pocket and buttons got pressed. It's a very common expression. We also say butt dial, but that's more informal and funny.
Okay, I think we covered a lot of different situations. What are some general tips for sounding professional on the phone?
Great question. First, smile while you talk. People can hear the smile in your voice. Second, speak clearly and not too fast. Third, avoid eating, drinking, or doing other things while on an important call. Fourth, find a quiet place with no background noise.
What about taking notes during the call?
Yes, always have a pen and paper ready. Write down important names, numbers, dates, and details. It's professional and helps you remember everything.
Should I confirm details at the end of the call?
Absolutely. Always repeat back important information. So, just to confirm, the meeting is Tuesday at 2 p.m. in conference room B, correct? This prevents misunderstandings.
What if I promise to send information after the call?
Make sure to follow up. If you said, "I'll email you that document," do it right after the call. If you said, "I'll call you next week," make a note and actually do it. Following up shows you're reliable and professional. I think we've covered just about everything, Leo.
Yes, from answering the phone to ending calls, making appointments, handling problems, and everything in between. That was a lot of useful information.
You know, Leo, while we were talking, we used many useful words and phrases. Let's break down the most important vocabulary for phone conversations.
Yes, some of these words are specifically for phone calls. You don't hear them in regular face-to-face conversations.
First word, available. This means free or ready to talk or meet. For example, "Is the manager available?" means, "Can I speak to the manager?" or "Is the manager free right now?"
We also use it for appointments. Do you have anything available on Monday means, do you have any free appointment times on Monday?
Exactly. The opposite is unavailable. If someone says, "I'm unavailable tomorrow," it means they're busy or can't meet. What's your schedule like? Are you usually available on weekends?
I'm usually available on Saturday mornings, but not Sunday. I like to rest on Sunday.
Next word, hold. As a verb, hold means to wait on the phone. Please hold means please wait. We also say on hold to describe the waiting state.
Oh, and there's hold music, which is the music you hear while you're waiting, right?
Yes, hold music or elevator music. Sometimes we also say please hold the line, which means the same as please hold. For example, "Could you hold for a moment while I check?"
And if you wait a long time, you might say, I was on hold for 15 minutes.
What's the longest you've been on hold, Leo?
Oh no, once I was on hold for 45 minutes with an airline. It was terrible.
Third word, confirm. This means to check that something is correct or to verify information. Just to confirm, the meeting is at 3 p.m. means, is the meeting definitely at 3 p.m.? I want to make sure I have the right information.
We use this a lot at the end of phone calls, right?
Yes. Always confirm important details. You might say, "Let me confirm your phone number," or "Can you confirm the spelling of your name?" It prevents mistakes.
I always confirm addresses because I get lost easily.
That's smart. For example, let me confirm the address. It's 123 Main Street, correct?
Yes, exactly like that.
Fourth word, reschedule. This means to change the date or time of an appointment or meeting. If you can't go to your appointment, you need to reschedule.
So I might call and say, I need to reschedule my appointment for Thursday?
Perfect. You can also say, can we reschedule for next week? The related word is schedule, which means to plan or arrange. I'd like to schedule an appointment means I'd like to make an appointment.
What if I want to cancel completely, not reschedule?
Then you say cancel. I need to cancel my appointment means you don't want to reschedule, you just don't want the appointment anymore. Fifth phrase, put through. This is a phrasal verb that means to connect or transfer a phone call to someone else. A receptionist might say, I'll put you through to the sales department.
Oh, so it's like transferring the call?
Exactly. Transfer and put through mean almost the same thing. You might also hear, let me transfer you, or I'll connect you. For example, please hold while I put you through to Dr. Smith.
What if they can't put me through?
They might say, I'm unable to put you through right now, or I can't transfer you at the moment. Sixth phrase, speak up. This means to talk louder or more clearly. If you can't hear someone well, you say, could you speak up, please?
Is this considered polite?
Yes, it's perfectly polite, especially when you add please. It's much better than saying, you're too quiet or I can't hear you. We all need to speak up sometimes, especially on phone calls.
I need to speak up more. People always say I'm too quiet on the phone.
See, it's a very useful phrase. You can also say, could you speak a bit louder? But speak up is shorter and very natural. Seventh phrase, I didn't catch that. This means I didn't hear that or I didn't understand that. It's a polite way to ask someone to repeat something.
This is really useful. So instead of saying, what? I can say, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Exactly. What can sound rude. I didn't catch that sounds polite and professional. Native speakers use this constantly. For example, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Could you repeat it?
Can I also use it for understanding, not just hearing?
Yes, if someone says something complicated and you don't understand, you can say, I didn't catch that. Could you explain it again?
I need to use this phrase more often.
Eighth phrase, in stock. This means available to buy right now. If a store has a product in stock, you can buy it immediately. The opposite is out of stock.
So if I call a store and ask, do you have the blue shoes in stock? I'm asking if they have them available now, right?
Perfect. They might answer, yes, we have those in stock, or I'm sorry, those are out of stock right now. Sometimes they'll say when the product will be back in stock. We'll have more in stock next Monday.
What if they never sell that product?
Then they might say, we don't carry that item, or we don't stock that product. Carry means to sell or have available regularly.
Ninth word, inquire. This is a formal word that means to ask for information. I'm calling to inquire about the job opening means I'm calling to ask about the job opening.
Is this only for formal situations?
Mostly yes. In casual situations, you would just say ask. For example, with friends, you say, I'm calling to ask about the party. But in professional situations, especially job-related calls, use inquire. It sounds more professional and educated.
So inquire equals ask, but more formal. Exactly. The noun form is inquiry. I have an inquiry about my order means I have a question about my order.
Do you follow up often, Tina?
I try to. I think following up is very important for good communication. 12th phrase, get back to. This means to contact someone again with information or an answer. I'll get back to you tomorrow means I'll contact you tomorrow with the information.
Oh, I hear this all the time. Let me check and get back to you.
Exactly. It's very common in phone conversations. You can also say, I'll call you back or I'll be in touch, but get back to is the most common. For example, I don't have that information now, but I'll get back to you by Friday.
What if someone doesn't get back to me?
Then you can follow up. You might call and say, hi, I'm calling because you said you'd get back to me about the project and I haven't heard from you. Okay, let me summarize all the vocabulary we learned. Available, free or ready to talk or meet, hold, to wait on the phone, confirm, to check that something is correct, reschedule, to change the date or time of an appointment, Put through to connect or transfer a call to someone else. Speak up to talk louder or more clearly. I didn't catch that. I didn't hear or understand that. In stock, available to buy right now. Inquire to ask for information, formal. Follow up to contact someone again to continue. Apologize to say sorry. Get back to contact someone again with information.
That's a lot of useful vocabulary for phone conversations.
These phrases will make you sound natural and professional on the phone.
Okay, Tina, that was a lot of talking about phone conversations.
I know, we covered so much, but don't worry, it's not as complicated as it seems. Let's think about what we learned and organize it into simple sections.
Good idea. I think that will help our viewers remember everything.
First, we learned how to answer the phone properly. For personal calls, you can say, hello, or hello, this is your name. For work calls, be more formal. Good morning, this is your name speaking. Or your name, how may I help you?
And if someone asks for you by name, you can just say, speaking. That's so simple.
Then we talked about making calls and identifying yourself. When you call someone, say, hello, this is your name. Or, hi, this is your name calling. Always identify yourself clearly at the beginning.
Right, and if you're calling a business, state your purpose. I'm calling to make an appointment. Or, I'd like to make a reservation.
After that, we covered asking for someone who isn't you. Use phrases like, may I speak to name, please? Or, is name available? Or, could you put me through to name or department?
And if that person isn't available, we learn to leave a message. Include your name, number, and reason for calling. Please tell her Leo called. My number is 555-0123. I'm calling about the meeting.
Next, we discussed managing the call. If you need someone to wait, say, could you hold for a moment, please? Or, please hold. If you need someone to repeat something, say, could you repeat that? Or, I didn't catch that. If you can't hear well, say, could you speak up, please?
And always thank people for waiting. Thank you for holding, or sorry to keep you waiting.
Then we learned how to end calls politely. Signal the end first, say, I should let you go. Or, I think that covers everything. Then say goodbye professionally. Thank you for calling. Or, talk to you soon. Or, have a great day.
Don't forget to confirm important details before hanging up. Just to confirm, the meeting is at 3 p.m., correct?
We also covered specific situations. For appointments, say, I'd like to make an appointment, or I need to reschedule my appointment. For restaurants, say, I'd like to make a reservation for number of people at time. For stores, ask, do you have product in stock? For customer service, explain your problem clearly. I'm calling because I have a problem with my order.
And for emergencies, stay calm and say, this is an emergency, with your location and what happened.
Finally, we learned about voicemail, conference calls, wrong numbers, and general tips. Always leave short, clear voicemail messages. On conference calls, say your name before speaking. If it's a wrong number, politely say, I think you have the wrong number.
The general tips were good too. Smile while talking, speak clearly, take notes, find a quiet place, and always follow up if you promise to do something.
See, when we break it down like that, it's actually quite simple. Phone conversations follow predictable patterns. Once you learn these phrases, you can use them in almost any situation.
I feel more confident already.
Now, we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part.
Yes. Our question of the day is, what phone situation makes you most nervous? And what's one phrase from today's lesson that you'll use next time?
That's a good question. For me, I get most nervous when I have to call and complain about something. I don't like conflict, but I'll definitely use I'm not satisfied with because it's polite but clear.
For me, I get nervous when someone speaks too fast and I can't understand. But now I know I can say, I didn't catch that. Could you speak more slowly? That makes me feel better.
See, we have different answers and that's okay. Everyone has different phone situations that make them nervous.
So viewers, we want to know about you. What kind of phone call is most stressful for you? Is it making appointments, calling customer service, talking to your boss, or maybe just answering calls from unknown numbers?
And more importantly, which phrase from today's lesson will help you? Maybe it's, may I speak to, or could you hold please, or I'll get back to you, or any other phrase we taught.
You can write something like, making doctor appointments is most stressful for me. I'll use, I'd like to schedule an appointment, and just to confirm. Keep it simple.
Or you could write, customer service calls make me nervous because I have to explain problems. I'll use, I'm calling because I have a problem with, to start clearly.
Please tell us in the comments. Write, the most stressful phone situation for me is, and I'll use the phrase.
This helps us understand what you need, and it helps you practice writing in English. Plus, other viewers can read your comments and learn from your experiences too.
We read all the comments, so we really want to hear from you.
Okay, everyone, we hope this lesson helped you feel more confident about phone conversations in English.
If you found this lesson useful, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us.
And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the little bell icon. That way, you'll get notifications whenever we post a new video.
We post new English conversation lessons every day. That way, you won't forget to join us and continue improving your English.
You are all great students. We can tell because you watched this entire lesson. That takes dedication and focus.
Keep practicing these phone phrases. Remember, confidence comes from practice. The more you use these expressions, the more natural they will feel.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Even native speakers get nervous on phone calls sometimes. The important thing is to communicate clearly and politely.
Every phone call is a chance to practice and improve.
All right, everyone, have a wonderful day, evening, and night wherever you are in the world.
Keep practicing your English.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.